Hi, friends. It is a seasonal change that's just happened worldwide, whether you're in the northern or southern hemisphere, spring to summer, which is a pivotal time because things have been very intense typically until the end of June, and then everything slows down through the summer months. Everybody calms, there's a lot of time to rest and relax. But for the previous few months, you've had all these hats. And if you're a mom, if you're an employee, if you're a, a daughter with parents who need you, a spouse or partner, there's all these things you've been doing, all of these ways you've been pulled. You've probably had your blinders on, and suddenly we're at the beginning of July, the first official summer weekend after school has let out if you have kids, and it sort of sparks that it's not going to be as busy on the roads now. It's a time to rest, it's a time to relax, and you might be still being pulled in all those directions. However, it is a time for recuperation. Typically it's hotter, you don't want to move around as much. If you think of any of those hot countries, they do a lot of relaxing. Mexico, all of the southern hemisphere countries in those hot equatorial countries, they have a lot of rest time. People don't move too fast. We just had a really hot heat wave, really hot for Toronto. It was like walking through soup. It was not good. And people just slowed down a little bit. Sure, you're in your air conditioning, you're still getting things done because it's the end of that busy season going into the summer, but people slowed down a little bit. But we miss that, especially in our modern societies, that slower pace. We're just being called in all these different directions, and we're going through on our blinders on, okay, I have to do this and but you're not noticing everything else around you. What is fueling you? What does your body, your spirit want to fuel you? Or are you just ignoring it? It's a pivotal time on planet Earth. There are so many disruptions, distractions that may be making you overwhelmed, maybe making you fearful, maybe making you disrupted, disoriented, spinning your wheels. Overwhelm is a really common one. It doesn't have to be that way. Go in. What does your body need? What does your spirit need? What do you need? Not what do you need, but what do you need? Your spirit, your essence, your soul is here. This is your human thinking brain. This is your essence, your soul, your purpose, your inner knowing. And we're so distracted by everything around us. There has been a lot of influx of energy that has been activating us, especially in the last week. Well, for a while, but especially in the last week. I've talked to a lot of people who have felt disrupted. They felt off balance, a lot of angst, a lot of confrontations. This is all for a purpose. If you are noticing these things, you are changing. If you're not noticing it, notice what's disruptive in your life. Because all of this energy influx has nowhere to go until we release things, until we let go of what no longer serves us. So all of this energy that's been coming in from the sun, from the new moon that just happened a couple of days ago, the shifts with Jupiter and Pluto, and the planets are doing all kinds of crazy things. It is all to dig up stuff that doesn't serve us any longer. We can't let in all the goodness that's coming to us if we don't let the stuff that's being dug up go. So if you're sitting in patterns, if you're going through loops, if you feel like you're on the hamster wheel and you can't jump off and you don't know what's going on, you are likely caught in an ancestral pattern or a loop in this lifetime or ancestrally that needs to be repaired. Not repaired, let go. It needs to be let go. You need to let go. It needs to be gone because it's got you in this pattern and you're looping and it's done. It no longer serves you. It's just become habit. You need to let it go so that all of this goodness and the shift can happen. So you are fulfilled. You are fueled. You are getting what you need, not feeling disoriented, not feeling disrupted, not feeling overwhelmed, not feeling anger, not feeling pain, not feeling all of these human emotions that we tend to push down. I'm fine. I'm fine. I said that for the longest time. I'm fine. I was in overwhelm. I was in stress. I was completely disoriented. People ask me, I'm fine, because I was going through life and pushing it all down. When I started noticing, became aware of all these different influxes that I needed to change. They're being activated, sparks inside me that activated me, trigger. That activated me, made me feel really uncomfortable. That was my indication that that's what I needed to heal. I went hard for years, months and years. I've been going through this up until the beginning of June, even through a little bit of June. It's been intense. There's been a lot of energy coming in, but I'm not afraid to feel my emotions. I'm not afraid to change. Where a lot of people tamp it down. I hit it straight on. I'm not perfect. There's tons to still heal, but I've healed a lot. The thing is, when all of these outside influences are disrupting you and causing the overwhelm, you're not truly connected in. It doesn't have to be overwhelm. It doesn't have to be pain. It doesn't have to be fear. It doesn't have to be disruption. If you're centered and you know what you need. Because we're working in lack. We're working in a lack of satisfying ourselves, giving ourselves what we need. We are so desperate to connect within. We are lacking what we truly need. We need to connect within. We need to rest. We need to not to be pulled in 17 million different ways, because that's not serving anybody. That is a disservice to our soul, our energy, our physical body, our emotional body, our spiritual body, our essence. This is modern influx. This is modern Western world, for the most part, overwhelm. There's so much coming at you all the time. It's all distractions from what truly matters. So take the time now as we move into these new seasons of winter, cozying, cocooning, and really connecting to the people you want to connect to. Really going in, there's a lot more alone time in the winter if you're in the southern hemisphere. And then the northern hemisphere, it's a chance to connect to Mother Earth. It's a chance to connect to the celestial beings, the sun being the most important one. It's a chance to connect with other people who fuel you. Don't go out and just go to everything because you feel like you're missing out. FOMO. No more FOMO, people. Go to what serves you. If you don't feel aligned with something, choosing my words carefully, if you don't feel aligned with something, no. No is a complete sentence. There is no justification. We have to justify everything in our society. No. Well, why not? Because I don't want to. No. Done. It's done. That is your decision. That is your choice. You are honoring yourself when you don't participate in things that are not aligned. You are honoring yourself. If you're called to it, if you feel it, go do it. Become aware of everything that's coming in, because all of the energies are digging up all of these things. You might be feeling more activated. You might be feeling more disrupted. You might be feeling more overwhelmed. You might be feeling more discomfort. But become aware of what those things are, because those are your activators. Those are your activators that are happening because you're ready to release them. We don't have to be in these patterns of overwhelm, stress, worry, anger, fear. You can let it go. Find the joy snacks. Go for the higher vibrations. Find the joy, find the happiness, find the love, find the acceptance, find the abundance. Abundance is everywhere. Choose, it's a choice. You don't have to be in that overwhelm. Now is a perfect time to come within. That is what everything around us is pretty much forcing us to do. That's why there's so many interactions that are just a little bit activating for people, just enough that you're like, that is the indication that that's what you're meant to work on. That's what you need to heal. I love talking about this stuff. Complimentary clarity calls available. And if you are ready, if you are spiritually aligned, if you are ready, I'm done with this. I know something has to change. You've had enough and you want to move forward. If you know there's something that's happening that isn't aligned, if there's pain in your body that's recurring lately for no reason, if there's an emotion that really feels icky, those are all cues and clues as to what needs healing and that you're ready to heal. So for you right now, I've got a summer sale going on. If you would like either an oracle reading, 30 minutes or 60 minutes, or an energy healing. I've had some profound shifts for my clients with recent energy healing sessions. I'm just so open now, and with all of the healing I've done, it's pretty magical. So would love to help you with that. It's just otherworldly. I'm laughing because some of the things that happen in my healing sessions, I go in over here and we end up over there, and it's perfect for my client and it's exactly what they needed. But this was our intention, and we go completely opposite ways. I just laugh because I'm like, this is not where I thought this was going to go, but they are just in awe at the end of what has shifted in them and for them at the end of the sessions. So I look forward to seeing you. I am here. I love talking about all of this stuff. If you have no idea what I'm talking about and you are open and ready to receive and spiritually inclined, then let's have a conversation, because you're probably ready to do something to change, because you're disrupted. You're not in alignment. You're not in your lane. You're all over the place. It's like you're meant to be driving down this road, but you go that way and then you come back, and then you go that way and you come back, and the 2-hour drive or the 2-hour route ends up being 6 hours because you're wibble wobbling and getting off track all the time. So it's time to dig in and move forward. Feel that. All right. I will see you for Miracle Monday. I was going to call it Magical Monday. That's why I'm hesitating. Miracle Monday on Monday. So catch that with an energy update for next week, for a what's happening with energy and spirit, and also an oracle reading for the week. So catch that every Monday. It's a general for everybody. So take what you need. As with anything that I say, take what you need, leave what you don't. And I will see you next time.